Right, move on into VW Pro. Right, you got the Lagster in the Kestrel Beer Lane. That's Jonathan Newell looking for 12 flat, and Jake Fronder 12.01 with the Audi TT. So 11.97, a little bit too quick there for Jake, but Jonathan Newell goes 12.28. He's the right side of dial-in, so he takes the number one spot. Rob Carter with Percy. Well, it's the cunningly disguised Passat. Such a good disguise, actually. It's not a Passat at all, it's a Golf. Going alongside Lee Caudry with Poppy, the Seat Leon. Both of them dialing in 12.99, makes life easy for me. $12.87 breakout for Rob, but Lee Caudry, the right side, 13.07. 10.10 is the dial-in for Chris, 11.20 for Graham. Graham 11.11 breakout a bit too quick there. Chris Waterhouse goes 10.51 on a 10.10. He slots in at number 3. Well, those of you that tuned in online, either via the Facebook page or YouTube, a very, very good morning to you. I'm sort of trying to keep track of what's happening online as well as what's going on the racetrack here. Obviously, my priority is to make sure that you know who is on track and the numbers they're running and everything else that goes on here, but I'll keep glancing in on the YouTube and Facebook coverage as well. There's a few messages that come through as well, so a very good morning to everybody tuned in. This is Dave Crowhurst taking on James Hodson. James dialing in a 10.65, Dave dialing in 9.60. And 11.71 and 14.05 are the numbers. Gives you some indication that not entirely going to plan for both of them. Just having a look where people are tuning in from, actually. Kev Monday says, morning, Colin. Morning, mate. Hope you're keeping well. I saw that one pop up then. A few people, somebody, Snoopy's tuned in from Michigan. Very good morning to him. Mark Ells is in sunny East Yorkshire. Mike Smith, grim up north. Where else have we got? Let's have a look, see, Scotty Walker in California. Nice one, Scotty. Roger Bowen, good morning to you. So yeah, everybody's around. Good to have you join us, even if you're not here. This is Charlie Roberts and Phil Blob. 11.70 and 11.50 are the dial-ins. Phil goes 11.90. Not entirely to plan there for Charlie Roberts, 12.47. But they got plenty of qualifying today to get the job done. Look forward to seeing them come around and give it another go a little bit later on. Roger Bowen says Tower only responds to FB comments. Well, I'm looking on the YouTube. Morning, Rog. No, just prove it wrong. There we go. It's just what I was tuned into at the time. I'm actually tuned into the YouTube feed at the moment. Ben Cullen is in Manchester. Morning, Ben. Right, next up. It is the Electric Beetle. Sam Young, dialing in 9.90. Going alongside the Trailer Queen, Simon Crowley, dialing in 9.56. Is it still grim up in Yorkshire? Morning, Roger Howard Smith. And Ben Cullen is in Manchester. There we go. All coming in from all over the place. 370 odd plus tuned in at the moment. That'll grow throughout the day. Right, Sam Young, 9.90 the target. What's he got for us? 10.37 goes at number 5. Simon Crowley goes 10.90, 106. Simon had an awesome meeting. I think it was Bug Jam. Got the Trailer Queen into the mid-9s. That was absolutely awesome. Thomas Nilsson is in Sweden, tuned into the coverage, and Ben Cullen, hey, YouTube famous. There we go, Ben. You got your name shouted out over the commentary here at Santa Pod Raceway. Your next pair. Jacob Bailey and Carl Goldsmith. The name I'm waiting to see appear actually is Luke Stevenson. He's actually on a cruise liner somewhere, well, floating around on water. He really wanted to be here this weekend, running in VW Pro, and he's just watching everybody else score a bundle of points this weekend, and Luke can't be part of it. But I hope you're having a great cruise, Luke. So Jacob Bailey gets a 13.51. Carl Goldsmith goes 12.50. So Carl goes 8. Jacob Bailey number 9. Okay, so here we are then. VW Sportsman qualifying round number 1. First up, it's the old school Golf from the 1980s. That's Darren Walsh. And it's Hazel Carter with Patricia the Passat. She does in 15.15. Darren dialing in 17.20 with the Golf. $15.11 breakout for Hazel Carter, a little bit too quick, and even quicker than his dial-in of 17.20 with a 16.93 was Darren Walsh. So they need to adjust their dial-ins for next time round, or slow the cars up. I think they'll be adjusting the dial-ins. Right, next up then, Dan Brioche, as we love to call him, the Loco Polo, dialing in 12.75, and John Gallant with the Sirocco, 17.4. So Dan getting to the stripe first. 12.75 is the target, goes 12.84. Good enough for number 1 at the moment. Until John got there though. He went 17.48. He takes the number 1 spot. So Dan had that for about 3 seconds. Right, Reese Finney with the Lupo. God, he was at Das Auto Show last week. Had loads of runs trying to dial the car in. Going alongside Andrew Bambrick with Mark II Golf. He wants 13.41. Reese wants 17.20. 13.52 for Andrew. Reese goes through with a 17.13 breakout a bit too quick, so Andrew goes 3, Reese goes number 5. Actually, it was Danny Bean that was doing all the running as well at previous event. With the Lupo, 14.20, the dial-in. Nigel Gregson with the Skoda, looking for 16.1. So going to be Danny there first. 14.59 and 16.14 for Nigel Gregson. Number 1 spot taken there with the Skoda, just 0.04 of a second off. Nicely done. Right, Lawrence Clark with the Thunderbug. 13.78 the dial-in. Kestrel Beer Lane and Paul Robinson with the Audi TT. Doing rather well in the points chase is our Paul. Got to be a contender for the championship this year. So Lawrence, let's see if you can get that 13.78. There goes 13.95. But how about Paul Robinson? 14.80 on a 74. 600s off. He's into number 2 spot. Lawrence, number 10. Jerry Sadler, 16.10, the dial-in for the Beetle in the Auto Glim Lane, and it's Bruce Harvey, the Greenpeace Racing Golf, dial-in of 14.00. So both into pre-stage, both into stage, tree counts from down, greens in both lanes. So Bruce should get there first. Now then, 14.00. He'd love to match that. It's 14.33. Jerry 16.10 goes 16.78. So Bruce is number 6. Jerry goes in at number 8. Well, we've seen Jerry Sadler. Let's see how Emma Sadler gets on with her similar Beetle, the Candy Queen. 15.50 her target. And Rob Cresswell with the Audi A3, 16.1. Very nice 0.8 reaction time there for Rob. So finishing line then 15.88 on a 50 for Emma, but Rob Cresswell 16.16 on 16.10 goes in at number 2. Morning, Pete. Good to see you, buddy. John Crawford. 15.30 on the Golf. 15.15 the target for Justin with the Red Dwarf. Or the Silver Dwarf, as the case may be. Yeah, the Golf hasn't made it back out of the workshops yet, so Justin in the Audi TT. So 15.30 plays 15.45, just 1500ths difference between these two. $15.56 for Justin, goes number 7. John Crawford, $15.90 on 15.30. He goes number 11. Lottie Bradford and Tom Circuit. Lottie with the Beetle for 1830, as is Tom with the Lupo. So dial-ins matched. Well, then, theory being, if they leave the line at the same time, they cross the line at the same time. Could be the same number. Will it be 1830, or is that just the club they want to go on holiday with? Yeah, those are old enough to remember what Club 1830 was. Oh dear, Lottie. Box full of neutrals between first and second there, I think. So Tom Circuit. Let's see how Lottie gets on as she chases Tom. Tom gets there, goes 1841. Nicely done, sir. Goes in at number 8. Lottie 2108 goes in at number 14. Right, pick your Beetle then. Have a misdemeanor Beetle. Morgan Wilson going alongside the White Pearl Beetle from 1969. That's Connor Jones. Well, 0-2 light for Connor. Morgan only went 0-1 red that time. But problems for Connor. So let's see how Emmy gets on then. 1835 her target. Goes 1822, just a little bit too quick. Curses, says Duncan. So Laurie Anslow with the Skoda. And it's Polly Judge with the Audi TT. Neither of them are in their preferred race cars, but they're here racing. That's the main thing. Morning, Jace. How you doing, mate? And Rob down the other side of the racetrack as well. Keep an eye on this. There's steeds in the beams at the moment. So the targets then: Polly 16 flat, Larry 1710. So Polly 16 flat, she gets 1691, 1722 for Laurie Anslow. Goes in at number 9, Polly in at number 15. $12.70 there for Jake. Phil goes through with a 15.20, so Phil goes 14, Jake goes 16. 01 light. Now he's currently number 14 spot. Broke out in Q1. And goes 12.73, breaks out even bigger style this time round. So no improvement, going to stay number 14. Chris Waterhouse with the Bad Habit Audi S3, 1010 his darling. And Graham Fairhead with the Misfit 1105. A big shout out to one of my co-commentators up here, Luke Stevenson. He is actually tuned in whilst on the beach. Graham Fairhead moves up to number 2 with that one, 1123 and 1105. Chris Waterhouse drops a spot. 1062. Right, next up, Jonathan Newell with the Lagster, currently number 3. Jake Fronder, currently number 13. Right, Jake Fronder looking for 12.01. Jonathan Newell, 12 flat. 12.22, 12.05 for Jake Fronda. He takes the #1 spot with this one. Right, Carl Goldsmith. Luke is in your fan club this weekend. Yeah, basically watching in from a beach in Mallorca. Royal Caribbean ruined my championship hopes, not allowing me to come back to race and rejoin the cruise. Come on, Carl, he's my only hope, says Luke. Hope you're having a good time though, Luke. Joking aside, buddy. 11.13 for Carl Goldsmith. Goes to #5 with that one. A good looking run. 132 mile an hour at the stripe. Happy days. Well done, Carl. The silence of the burnout means it is Sam Young with the electric VW Beetle, dialing in 9.90. And going alongside Phil Blogg with the Debt Collector VW Caddy. So 990 plays 1150. Sam Young goes 1074. Phil goes 1253. No help for either of them. They stay put. Sam stays 8. Phil stays 6. James Hodson with the Golf. He's currently number 13. 10.95 is his dialing for this one. And Dave Crowhurst, 9.60. Last time we saw Dave meeting prior to this, one of the rear wheels detached from the car and broke, I think a whole half shaft went actually. But got it all fixed. Took the rear wings off as well. Well, I say rear wings over the tyres, that is, not the rear spoiler. .29, 127 there for Dave. James goes through with a 13.22. No help for James, but Dave moves up from 12 to 9. Lee Cordroy and Charlie Roberts up next. Now, Lee, number 2 qualifier at the moment, went 13.07 in Q1. Dials in 12.99 for this one. Charlie Roberts, 11.70 is his dial in. I know we can get closer to that. That's better. 11.97 for Charlie. No help for Lee whatsoever, though. Car coasting at the moment, goes 19.88, just 35 mile an hour, but Charlie goes up to number 6 with that one. Goes 11.97. The trailer queen of Simon Crowley, going alongside Jacob Bailey, the Jetta, or Jettar. So currently Jake Fronda leads away from Lee Cordry and Graham Fairhead. Oh, problems for Simon just putting the car over to the left-hand side. Jacob on his way. 11.50 is the target. Oh, 11.49 with a 6. Breaks out by less than 1/100 of a second. Oh, that was so close. But a breakout's a breakout, so Jacob stays at number 12. If he'd have dialed 11.49 instead of 11.50, could have been number 1. But there we go. That's drag racing for you. All right, move on to VW Sportsman. Can I have Wild Bunch? No, Junior Drag Bike into the lanes, please. Wild Bunch and Junior Drag Bike into the lanes. Right, John Gallant and Dan Boucher. That's the first time we've called him by his proper name for ages. The Brioche, as we call him. He wants 12.75. John wants 17.40 in the Sirocco. So the Loco Polo going to get there first. Goes 12.86. John goes 17.42. Takes the number 1 spot, just 200s off his dialing. Dan stays put in number 5, but new number 1 qualifier there. John Gallant with the Sirocco. Andrew Bambrick, the Mark II Golf, dialing in 13.49. Nigel Gregson just been dropped from number 1 to number 2 with a Skoda. He dials a 16.1. $13.59 on the 49. Andrew stays 6. Nigel goes 16.60, way off what he ran earlier. But he stays in number 2. Justin Foley with the Audi TT, and it's the Crawdog himself. John Crawford, he wants 15.80 with the Golf. 15.45 the target for Justin in the Audi TT. $15.67 breakout for John, and $15.81 no help for either of them. They stay put. Phil Jones, the Dragon Wagon, 14.6, currently number 15, and the Candy Queen, Emma Sadler, 15.5 with the Black Beetle in the Auto Glim lane. So definitely going to be Phil to the stripe first. Problems for Emma, going very slowly. So Phil Jones wants 14.60, gets a 15.06. I don't think that's going to help him much. He's currently number 15. And don't know what the issue is there for Emma. Yeah, they both stay put. And that's right. Emma, yeah, Emma's timed out then. All right, Jerry Sadler, Connor Jones, your next pair. Now, Connor didn't get in time in Q1. Problems with the Beetle when it left the line. Just trickled up to the finish line and got timed out, unfortunately. So no time on the board for Connor. He needs one this time. He's going to get one, which is good news. Now then, he dials in 16.20. Jerry dials in 16.10. 16.45 puts Connor at number 11. Jerry Sadler breaks out, goes 16.02 on that 16.10, so no help for him. He actually gets dropped back 1 spot due to the improvement. Paul Robinson, Laurie Anslow, 14.80, plays 17.10. We could see Laurie going for that light then. As 07 red, doesn't matter. It's all about the qualifying ET, not the reaction time. Paul Robinson going to get there first, goes 14.78, bit too quick, breaks out. And Laurie goes 17.24. She'd already done a better job earlier, so no improvement for her. She stays put on her previous run. Tom Circuit, currently number 8 with the Lupo. He dials 18.36. And the Thunderbug of Lawrence Clark. He's currently number 10. He wants the 13.78. Nice light there from Lawrence. $13.77 with a 4, breaks out by less than 100th of a second, so he stays 10. Tom Circuit also breaks out. He breaks out by 700, so bigger breakout, but nevertheless, no help for either of them. They stay put. So the yellow cars then, the Audi TT of Polly Judge, 16.41. She's currently number 19. And Reese Finney with the Lupo, 17 flat is what he wants to run. Polly Judge, nice move up to number 5 there, 48 on a 41. Reese goes up to 22 from 11. Running a 17.15 there. So who's looking for a 15.10, goes 15.03. That's a breakout. And don't think that was approved in the other lane either. 17.04. Danny Bean and Bruce Harvey, off they go. 14.15 the target for Bruce, 14.45 the target for Danny. They are currently 15 and 17. $14.28 for Bruce, goes 15 to 11, $14.62. And the screen changed. I missed it. Right, Morgan Wilson and Jake Fronder up next. So Morgan dials in 18.15, Jake dials in 12.01. Can I have Outlaw flat 4 into the pairing lanes, please? Outlaw flat 4. So Jake goes 11.99. That's a breakout by 200ths of a second. And it's a breakout 18.06 on 18.15. No help for Morgan either. One of those things. Curses. Right, Rob Cresswell, he's currently number 3 qualifier. 16.18, he's got the track to himself. And Rob goes 16.24, stays number 3 though. His previous pass was slightly better. No, actually that one was very, very close indeed. Right, we move to VW Pro. Good afternoon, Luke. Tuned in from Mallorca, on the beachside bar, looking at the coverage that he can get on his mobile device. Hope you're keeping well, buddy. Right, VW Sportsman, let's have you in the lanes, whilst VW Pro extend their points over Luke. Sorry, Luke, I had to say that, mate. He's probably effing and jeffing at me now. And everybody in the bar's going, oh, what's he on about? Right, how about Rob Carter then? Goes 12.76 on a 65, moves up from 14 to 3. Jake Fronder breaks out, goes 0.052 quick, 11.96. A little bit too much on a 12.01 Darling. Jacob Bailey, the Jetar, 10.49 his target. Going alongside Phil Blogg with the caddy. He wants 11.70. Problems for Jacob there. Car is slowing, still on the motion, but going. Not as quick as he wanted it to. Ah, look at Phil Blogg. He goes to number 1 with that 11.73 on a 70, Darling. Jacob Bailey coasting across the line, 14.01. So there's a new number 1 in town, and his name is Phil Blogg. He is the debt collector. Graham Fairhead, Carl Goldsmith. Top Fuel Carl, as we call him. And for some reason, Luke is wishing him well this weekend. His only hope. He obviously wants Carl to knock people out of eliminations. Right, Graham Fairhead, he's number 5 qualifier at the moment. Carl is currently number 7. Carl not having it all his own way in this particular pairing, but let's see how Graham gets on. Oh, 11.21 on a 20. I can't believe that's only good for number 5. I'm sure he's higher up than that. Right, Jonathan Newell. It'll all come out in the wash. Yeah, that is definitely number 1 qualifier there. Jonathan Newell and James Hodson, your next pair. So Graham Fairhead, we think he's your number 1 qualifier now. As James Hodson moves up from 14 to 12, goes 11.45 on the 10.65. 12.37 on the 12.10. Jonathan Newell stays number 6. Sam Young with the current Beetle, or BC4. Going alongside Simon Crowley, the Trailer Queen. 2 9-second V-dubs. And fair to say, different propulsion devices. Obviously one powered by fuel and the other one powered by electricity. Oh, 9.85 break out there for Sam Young. I won't mind about that. It's a good A to B to run. Well done to Sam, Ollie and the team. Simon Crowley goes 11.12, 93 mile an hour. Right, Dave Crowhurst looking for a 980. Chris Waterhouse looking for 1035. Ah, good looking run there for Dave. 992. He'll take that. Moves up to 11 to 5. Chris Waterhouse goes 11.10 at 132. Slips back a spot. Purely because Dave moved up. Charlie Roberts with the Taylord 5 up. Problems for Charlie on this one. It was looking A-OK at the start. He had a good light as well, 0-1. But coast across the line, 15.40 at 90 miles an hour. The Brioche, of course. The Loco Polo. Come on, Dan. Taking on Andrew Bambrick. The Mark II Golf. 1352, the dial in for Andrew. Dan looking for 1279. So it's going to be the Brioche who gets there first. Goes to 1278 breakout. Andrew breaks out as well, 1348 on a 52. So Dan stays 6, Andrew stays 7. Jerry Sadler and John Crawford, your next pair. I think we're waiting for a dial in from someone. There we go. John Crawford dialing in 1563. Jerry dialing in 1595. So this will be Jerry going first. $15.87 on a 63 for John Crawford, moves up. And 16.15, I think that was an improvement as well. Yeah, up to number 16. Right, Emma Sadler, Hazel Carter, the next pair, the Candy Queen with the Beetle. Problem last time out, hopefully it's been resolved. And Hazel Carter with the Passat, she dials in 1485. Well, these two fairly close at the stripe. Let's see how they go. 1536, 1557. Oh, hey, Emma Sadler moves up from 19 to 6 with that one. Good move. Collar Jones with the White Pearl Beetle, looking for 1620. And Phil Jones with the Dragon Wagon, 1490. Well, Phil's going to get there first. 1506. Connor goes 1693. Phil moves up from 20 to 15. Connor drops a spot. Right, number 1 and number 2 qualifiers here. John Gallant and Nigel Gregson. John with the Sirocco dialing in 1740. Nigel looking for a 1610 with the Skoda. So it should be Nigel getting there first. Right, 1610 the target, 1621 the number, no help. John goes 1749 on a 40, no improvement for him. They stay 1 and 2. The Thunderbug of Lawrence Clark, 1318, going alongside Paul Robinson, 1478 the dial-in for the Audi TT. Lawrence gets there with the 1385, moves up to number 5 with that one. No help for Paul Robinson, he stays number 4, he runs a 1486. But good move for Lawrence. All right, Bruce Harvey with the Green Peace. What am I on about? Green Peace Racing Golf. 14.15 is his dial-in. Tom Circuit with the Lupo. He wants 1828. He's currently number 11. Say Bruce, unlucky for some, number 13 at the moment. Oh, somebody's wheel spinning. I think that was Thomas. So Bruce, what's he got? 14.29. 1400s off. Thomas goes 18.42. They stay put. Bruce 13. Thomas 11. Right, pick your favourite yellow car. You got Reese Finney with the Wolfgang VW Polo from Buckingham, looking for a 17 flat, and just up the road, the other side of Toaster, Polly Judge, the Audi TT. Actually says Northampton, but we'll put Shire after that, shall we? So 17 flat plays 16.34, and then we got another one, another yellow car after that. So they are 6 and 15 at the moment. Polly, the higher qualified car at the moment. 16.58, 16.97. Breakout for Reese. No improvement. Polly goes 16.50 out of 34. Guess what? No improvement. They stay put. Next up, Laurie Anslow with the Skoda Octavia. 17.10, the number that she wants. And Morgan Wilson, oh, getting brave. 17.95, the dial in this time. Doesn't want to break out. So Laurie currently number 12, Morgan currently number 24. I expect that to change, possibly for both of them here. Oh, 0-3 light there for Morgan. Now then, can she parlay that into a very, very good run at the top end as well? Laurie wants a 17.10. Morgan wants 17.95. 17.20, 18.10. Laurie moves up 12 to 10. And how about Morgan moving up into 15th? It could all still change around though, we know that. Right, Darren Walsh with the Golf GTI, 16.97 is what he wants. And then it's Danny Bean with the Lupo. He wants 14.40. Something about yellow cars in VW Sportsman. So Danny's going to get there first. 14.40 is the target. Gets 14.64 and a 16.89 breakout for Darren Walsh. And actually they stay put. Danny 18, Darren 14. No movement. Well, 2 of the 3 Cresswells racing this weekend. Oh, sorry, no, they're in Sportsman ET, wrong way around. All right, the Darlings end 16.15 and 12.01. Jake Fronda is going to get to the strike first. So he gets a 12.32. Right. 16.15 is the target, 16.42. No real movers and shakers there. So the aim of the game then for Justin, 15.45 seconds. He's currently number 11. He ran a 15.56 earlier. Can he improve? No, 16.12. Car went the other way, so he stays number 11. Right, move on. VW Pro. James Hodson and Rob Carter. First pair in this session, and it is the last session then for VW Pro, going to eliminations tomorrow. Can I please have the Wild Bunch into the pairing names, please? The Wild Bunch. And also 850 bike semi-finalists, we need you as well. Right, the two Golfs going at it then. James Hodson wants a 1090. Rob Carter wants a 1270. $11.41 and a 12.87. No help for those two. James stays 12, Rob stays 5. So a nice launch there for Graham, but to the better light for Carl. So Graham Fairhead, 11.20, he's already a number one qualifier, and he goes 11.23 to solidify that. 11.97 for Carl, stays number 8. Jacob Bailey next, 10.49 his target. Chris Waterhouse with the Audi S3, 10.45. Bit of a hop, skip and a jump there for Chris. Car just bogged down very slightly off the line. And not going clockwork for Jacob Bailey either. 11.69 for Chris. Jacob 14.06. All right, Jonathan Newell with the Lagster going alongside Phil Blogg. Dave Crowhurst taking the scenic route to the stripe. Still wiggling around, goes 10.22 at only 118. Stays number 2. And John, 12.07 at 122. All right, next up. Charlie Roberts with the 5 up going alongside Sam Young with BC4. Three counts down, the lights go green. So the target for Sam Young is 980. The target for Charlie is 1180. Sam goes 950, 147 miles an hour. The accusations of the finger pointing was very, very good indeed. As to say, I told you. Brilliant job. Problem there for Charlie, 1758, 52 mile an hour. But fantastic run for Sam. Really getting a handle on that Beetle at the moment. Very good job. First up, Emma Sadler. Taking on Patricia the Passat. 15.50 the dial-in for the Beetle. 17.50 the dial-in for the Passat. Hazel Carter currently in the number 23 spot. Emma Sadler currently number 7. Bundles of wheel spin off the line there for Hazel. Finally it stops spinning. All right, so Emma, 15.50 her target. She gets a 15.18. That's a huge breakout. Not as big as a breakout for Hazel Carter though. 16.48 was 17.50. Ooh. So no change in position. Jerry Sadler with the Blue Action VW Beetle, 16.05. Target for him going alongside the Brioche. The Loco Polo wants 12.75. Throttle Dan's going to get there first. How well has he judged it, though? 12.71 breakout. 400's too quick. But Jerry Sadler, look at that, 16.11 on 16.05. Moves up from 19 to number 3 with that one. Right, Bruce Harvey, the Silver Golf in the Auto Glim Lane, dials 1422. And Andrew Bambrick with the Mark II, 1345. $13.64, $14.38. Andrew stays 10, Bruce stays 14. No help for them. Still plenty of VW Sportsmen to come around the corner. Next up, Laurie Anslow taking on Paul Robinson. Laurie currently number 11 with a 17.18 as a dial-in. And Paul Robinson dials 14.81. Currently in the number 5 spot. Away they go. So Paul's going to get there and go. 79 and 81 breaks out by 200ths. But Laurie Anslow, 17.24 and 18. Nice move up there for Laurie. Moves up to number 6. Right, Justin Foley. And he is on a 15.45 dial-in. He's currently number 12. He's already run a 15.56. Lawrence Clark with Thunderbug. 13.77 his dial-in. He's already run a 13.85. $13.75 breaks out by 200ths. 16.05, no help for Justin either, so Lawrence stays 7, Justin stays 12. Polly Judge and Nigel Gregson, your next pair. Now then, Nigel's already in the number 2 spot. Dials in 16.10 for this one. Polly wants 16.34. Right, can we have 760 heads up into the pairing lanes, please? 760. Can we have you into the pairing lanes, please? Polly goes 1662, stays 8. Nigel goes 1628, stays number 2. Right, Danny Bean's going to get there first. Goes 14.19. Struth, that was a breakout. John Crawford, though, goes 20 to 12 with that one with a 15.68. Right, the 2 Beatles then. No, it's not Ringo and George, but it is Morgan Wilson and Connor Jones. Misdemeanor Habit Beetle, dialing in 17.95. And Connor Jones with a white pearl, 16.50. Problems for Connor. Box full of neutrals, I think. Gets one eventually. So Morgan, how close to 17.95? 18.20. Just a little bit the wrong way. curses. Right, Connor Jones, 23.77, not really representative of what the car can run. A few issues off the start line. Right, Phil Jones and Reese Finney, your next pair. So Phil Jones wants 14.90, Reese wants 17 flat. $14.78 breakout for Phil, no help for him, and no help for Reese either. $17.44 on that 17. Rob Cresswell and Darren Walsh up next. It's the Audi A3 and the Mark 1 Golf GTI. God, I used to have one of them. Great car. Had a Mark 2 16 valve after that. Back in the day. So it looks like Rob's got his nose slightly in front. Goes 16.47. He's going to stay 4 with that one and a 17 flat. No movement there either. All right, your number 1 qualifier, John Gallant with the Sirocco. Going alongside Tom Circuit with the Lupo. And I think this is the last pair in VW Sportsman. So one of these two is going to be number 1 qualifier. It's either going to be John that holds on to it, and the only person that can take it away is Thomas Circuit. So John's going to get there first. 1740 is the target. 1733 breakout, no help. 1921, so Thomas stays put. So John Gallant, number 1 qualifier. Well done to him.